believe in this experiential learning because of how, in the classroom it's very, very one-on-one. So the teacher stands and somehow has something to sort of offer the students. In the experiential learning, the teachers and students, they go and they encounter a problem together. And maybe the teacher hasn't also encountered this problem. It's new, it's authentic, and so they have to discover the solution together. I think that's very, very important. It creates a different kind of dynamic between teachers and students.
To be able to develop an awareness, not just how to do things academically, but then also to develop a social awareness and environmental awareness, which comes through interacting with real people in real situations. So you can watch news stories, you can read newspapers, you can read books, but it's not the same as having a one-on-one, face-to-face interview.
The project is to construct a community center in the rural village, the Luxor village.
Students in our group have to come up with an idea of building, and this building must contribute to improve the village's life standards there.
This provides students to take in charge the whole project.
What I expect is during the project, village asks us to do something and then we do it. But it's not that bad. It's actually I and my teammate have to find where is the problem and then we solve it.
The classroom is a very controlled environment, and we present problems, but they have somehow pre-existing solutions to those problems. Here, the problems don't have such clear solutions, but beyond that, it's also not very clear what the problems are. So we spend a lot more effort, I could say, and energy trying to define the kind of problems, before we even start to seek solutions.
We have to present our projects to the villagers, and that's the first time we actually present to, instead of our professors or our fellow classmates.
This experience gave me a lot of insight into understanding how society works. I feel like those people were actually quite happy, and I felt good about it because you could see that you don't have to have so much to be satisfied.
Actually, after we did this project in the village, I'm kind of rethinking about my role. There is always a struggle between an artist and engineering as an architect. You want to present your own idea, and you also want to make your building to serve the people who are going to use them. So how to balance between these two?
I think the social contract is something that is inherent in every architectural project. What I would define as a good architect in the profession is somebody who can take those kinds of values which come from the discipline, that social consciousness or a certain responsibility or certain idealism. The architect also has an idea about how space can enrich youth, communities, people. That might not necessarily be a sort of request from the client, but the architect, I think, any profession has a responsibility to give something, in addition to just solving the problems of the client.
Architecture student always tends to have our own system of language to communicate, but when we are talking to others, we have to figure out a new, plainer language to communicate our ideas.
This project provided me a chance to learn how to work with architects or other disciplines. During the whole workshop, we learned how to understand each other.
Collaboration is a principle, it's a reality of the world that we live in. Collaboration across disciplines allows students to understand that not only is their discipline very specific, but very limited as well. So it allows students to also understand the relationship between their discipline and other disciplines. And that for me is very important in experiential learning.
明德工程咧就喺2004年開展以來咧，就我哋先後喺廣西同埋四川咧完成咗3個唔同嘅項目。我哋咧係俾同學有機會接觸到唔同文化背景嘅社會，同埋爭取喺唔同環境下嘅工作經驗。參與明德工程啲同學咧，我哋係要佢親身體驗一個土木工程嘅項目，由開始至到完成嘅全過程。呢個就包括搜集資料、策劃、設計同埋施工管理。喺呢個過程裏邊咧，就同學可以應用同埋深化喺課堂上老師所講授嘅專業知識。
我今次由 Year One 一直參加，我係由一開始嘅嗰個設計階段啦，跟住一直參加到嗰個揀物料供應商，再到 tendering 嘅階段。
Contractor 淨係得1星期去預備啲 tender document， 當中有好多嘅 error， 例如計數同建築嘅方法。我哋仲要喺短短幾日評估晒所有嘅 tender document 同埋 interview 佢哋。以前上堂淨係會話有 interview 呢樣嘢，就唔會教我哋實際點樣做。
內地嗰度有啲規範係講得好死嘅，例如話一定要有幾多個逃生門，班房需要幾大。如果你咁樣同啲用家講，佢哋係唔會聽得明，亦都唔明白點解需要咁樣做。
喺個 project 入邊咧，我哋成日都要面對一啲人事問題，例如因為物價貴咗咧 ，contractor 咧就會成日問我哋攞錢，咁我哋要點樣安撫佢嘅同時，亦都唔可以超出我哋呢個 project 嘅 budget。咁 Doctor 哥咧就教我哋點樣同呢啲人傾偈啦。咁要幫佢解決問題之餘咧，亦都要話翻俾佢知我哋嘅準則。咁同時咧，我哋要咧同 contractor 做朋友，因為如果你關係唔好咧，個 project 就會好難 run 落去噶啦。
我哋 undergrad 學嘅科其實都係啲好基本嘅知識，佢教你點樣去處理啲問題，但係實際上你出到去做嘢，你遇到嘅問題可以係千變萬化嘅。
咁呢啲難題都俾我哋一個學習嘅機會，就係將課堂入面嘅嘢擺落嚟現實生活嗰度，學識點樣喺工地嗰度去執山啊，或者話點樣喺工地嗰度同啲工人溝通，同埋點樣同政府官員 present。
喺西，我哋會遇到好多嘅問題 ，Doctor 哥會教我哋解決問題。原來有好多種唔同嘅方法，各有好處壞處。有時我哋設計一啲好 ideal 嘅 case， 但係冇顧及建築角度美觀嘅問題，又或者安全、價格等等。通過唔同嘅 meeting， 我哋會知道 project manager 面對嘅問題，未必喺上堂會學到嘅。
其實我哋每2個禮拜咧都會同 Doctor 哥見面一次。有時有啲問題，佢會調翻轉，叫我哋俾個答案佢，跟住咧再話翻俾我哋知佢心目中嘅答案。透過呢個機會，佢就教我哋咩叫 problem solving。將呢個 project 嘅好處就係透過老師嘅經驗同知識，令我哋睇嘢層面都擴闊咗。
我特別高興睇到有個同學，佢喺總結明德工程嘅時候寫咗句話 ：We grow as we build。我認為呢句話好生動咁樣講出咗明德工程嘅精神同意義。
呢個 project 就好似連接咗我哋同埋社會嗰個橋梁，咁亦都培養咗我對呢個專業嘅 passion 同埋興趣。
呢次體驗學習令我重新思考到自己嘅 career。我哋駐地盤嘅工程師已經70歲，佢一直都唔退休，就係因為熱心慈善同埋好中意自己嘅職業，要透過自己嘅專業去幫助有需要嘅人。我以前一直都覺得最重要就係畢業同埋揾工，佢令我再次思考到自己嘅理想同埋目標。
明德工程嘅口號係建屋育人。明德工程真正養育到嘅唔單止係國內嗰班幼稚園生或者中小學生，亦都係我哋香港一班 young engineers。
see the need to reach out to the community. And at the same time, we want the student to also get another dimension of understanding what's going on in the social enterprise dimension. That the company that catch our attention is because of the philosophy of their business model. They promote a very healthy lifestyle of eating. The other one is the employee they recruit actually are people either disabled or need some help.
When they do the project, the Happy Veggie has not existed. So everything is based on the concept. We explain to them the budget and the size and the nature of the restaurant. And then they have to draw up the whole proposal. They are not just recommending the solution. Actually, they support every solution with the data, and the data is backed by the survey and the field study. So that's very much helpful and beneficial to the development of the business. The students first need to do the marketing survey, which is competitor analysis in one shape. The second thing is the SWOT analysis, and then they have to do the customer survey, which they are segmented into 4 different time zones so that they know the customer's profile and what their needs are. And at the end, they have to draw recommendations for the business model to be sustainable. We have a huge debate of how to set the price. Initially, they used the expenses-driven model. For example, they will calculate the food cost, salary cost, and utility cost.
In classroom, we learned that we should set the price based on the cost. However, we found that this is a very competitive market, so we have to look more to the competitors and also customers' expectations. So that's why we did a lot of mapping, like competitor mapping, and also a lot of questionnaires. It's quite different from what we learned in the classroom.
Because the hearing and speaking impaired people, they are quite sensitive to the external environment, and they may not be very capable in handling very complicated tasks. We design very simple order form so they can conduct the ordering very easily. And also we designed a set meal instead of ordering dish by dish. I further deepened my understanding of those marketing principles, how a big, good business model can be created by creativity and also empowering those underprivileged people.
好多時候咧，做社會企業咧，會誤會咗成為一個慈善嘅服務。咁其實如果當講到去到 business 嘅意思咧，就話個 give and take 咧，嗰個 equilibrium 咧一定要做得好好嘅。如果 always at the giving side 咧，就冇個 taking side 咧，其實就係一個 charity。咁所以呢個咧就係我哋做 social enterprise 咧係要加倍要注意。
We invite some consultant who give 1 to 2 days of training from how to identify problem to how to discuss with the clients and how to work on survey. But when you are doing it on the street, they're not going to be biasing the sample result, but at the same time, they still need to be able to find the customer who are willing to actually answer their question. It also teaches them, no matter how much we prepare them, they need to be creative. They need to be improvising when they are facing a novel situation.
Before the project, I think businesses what we were taught in class, business objective is for profit maximization. But actually, like social enterprise, it is the combination of business innovation and also how to empower those underprivileged people and to help them discover their hidden talent.
This project inspires me a lot. I never heard about social enterprise before. If I can be more senior or more experienced, I hope I can work for social enterprise later in my career.
I want to work in banking. After project, I switched my direction to consulting and also pay more attention to the social enterprise and NGO and also entrepreneurship. Now I got a consulting offer, so I will work in consulting, and maybe after a few years I will start my own business, which is also a social enterprise.